and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another Fave 5s, and like I said before, I'm going to do my Fave 5s of different horror directors or creators. I don't okay, I'm doing James Wan, okay? I'm doing my Fave 5 James Wan movies. Now I'm only doing the one that he directed, which is not a whole lot. He's been responsible for a whole lot of horror movies, but he's only directed what I can find 7. That's 8. 7. So really not much to choose from here, so yeah. I'm basically just ranking the James Wan movies. The only ones not on the list are Insidious 2 and The Conjuring 2. Anyway, I'm just gonna get right on into it. So number 5 in my Fave 5 James Wan horror movies is Insidious. Insidious was weird, but it wasn't quite weird enough to get like, I like really freaking weird movies, okay? So it wasn't quite weird enough for me, but it did have great weirdness, especially when we go into, what do they call it? I forget what they call it. I want to say the Upside Down, but that's Stranger Things. The Further. When they go into the Further, it's pretty cool with like, the tiptoe through the tulips. Like, that's when I'm like, okay. And it did frighten the shit out of me. I think the scare got everyone when the lipstick face demon, which, does he have a name? Because I always just called him Lipstick Face. But when he pops up behind the shoulder, that's, yeah, that's really gotten me before. Actually, for a while, when that movie first came out, I was like, even the image of that is like, no. Spooky Darth Maul, no thank you. So, yeah, that one was pretty spooky for me. I don't like anything behind people. Like, especially like in mirrors and stuff too. Like, freaks me right out. But anyway, yeah, so number 5 is Insidious. So I'll just move on to number 4. There's not much to say about Insidious. It's Insidious. Like, James Wan movies are kind of iconic in a way. Like, your Conjuring, your Saw, your Insidious, like, those 3 are like, it is what it is. So it's Insidious. Anyway, let's just move on to number 4. So for number 4, I actually have Dead Silence. And this was originally a little further up on the list, but I thought about it a little more. Like, no, if I was to sit down and watch a James Wan movie, I'd probably pick the other 3 over this one. But Dead Silence, I think is hilarious. I have a thing about dolls. Dolls frighten me so much. I'm terrified of dolls. Yet, the Barbies, right here. I have more. That's more of a Funko. I have some action figures, but I collect them. I even have, I think, 7 Living Dead dolls chilling here. I have some animatronic little dolls over here, Freddy, Jason, and Chucky. Like, I collect the dolls, but they scare the living shit out of me. Especially ventriloquist puppets, which is hilarious because I'm about to dress up as a ventriloquist puppet from one of these movies. Actually, he shows up in almost all of these movies in some shape, way, or form. But I'm about to dress up as that puppet for a photo shoot, so that's gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm going to be showing those pictures or not. There's gonna be other people in them. Like, anyway. Yeah. Dead Silence. Puppet. One of the first shots of this movie, the puppet, whose name is Billy? Yeah. Why are all his puppets named Billy? Because isn't the one from Saw Billy too? Or do we just call him Billy? Anyway, the doll's just sitting there and like they're zooming in, and it's this funny moment where the doll's mouth opens. But the first time I saw this movie, I was watching it alone in my bedroom and in the pitch black, and I was just waiting for something to happen. And when that doll's mouth dropped, I screamed bloody murder. I screamed. That song is a little, it's a lot weirder than Insidious, which is why I like it more. Like, ventriloquist lady steals your tongue if you scream. Okay? But yeah, no, you fucking try not to scream when all this shit's happening, okay? Like, that is terrible. I would have died in the first 5 minutes when his jaw dropped. I let the big holler out of me. Like, I fucking yelled. I frightened people in other rooms with my own screams. So, yeah. I love Dead Silence. I think it's fantastic. Let's move on to number 3. I'm trying to get through these a little quicker without rambling, but here I am rambling. Number 3 is Saw. Now, he only done the first Saw. And the first Saw, although I absolutely love it, is not my favorite of the series. I'm not even sure what my favorite... I'd probably have to rank... Maybe I'll do a ranking video sometime of, like, different franchises. I don't know what my favorite Saw would be, but it wouldn't be the first one. But it would be in the top 5, definitely, of Saw movies. I do love it, but not as much as some of the wackier ones. I wouldn't say Spiral, but I did like Spiral, because it was just, what the fuck. Anyway, Saw, everybody knows what Saw is. It's Jigsaw, and that's the puppet I'm going to be. I'm going to be the Jigsaw puppet for the photo shoot, which is going to be interesting. But Saw, like, first when Saw came out, and that puppet was on the tricycle, I fell in love, because I'm like, what is this? What is this? This is like Seven, but with a doll, and it did remind me a lot of Seven, like the grunginess. The Saw is definitely a gross Ishi movie. There's a lot of gore, but not as much as you would think considering the rest of the franchise. But yeah, number 3 is definitely Saw. So number 2 would have to be The Conjuring. This movie scared the living fuck out of me. I did unfortunately have the experience of seeing it in the theater. I did travel the 3.5 fucking hours and 3.5 fucking hours back to see this in a cinema. But unfortunately, there was a lot of people who had already seen it in there who knew what was going to happen. And every quiet part of the movie, some idiot in the back would go and try to scare the shit out of everybody. It got old real quick, but the movie itself frightened the living fuck out of me. This was a really good spooky movie. Really good. So I guess that leaves us with number 1. And number 1 is actually his latest movie, Malignant. I am obsessed with this movie. This movie is the weirdest shit. I love it. It's weird without getting too weird. Like, we're not into, like, Kuso territory with weirdness, like, but it's just weird enough to be like, what is happening? Like, there's unexplained stuff that you don't need to explain. You don't need to explain why this guy has, like, superpowers. But it's there, and I'm glad it's there. So, yeah, Malignant is currently my favorite James Wan movie. And I'm hoping that he's going to start directing more horror movies like this. Like, he's going to continue to be weird. Because James Wan being weird is the best James Wan, in my opinion. So, yeah. That's it. That's it. Did I do this concisely enough? I think I did. I think I was concise. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this here. If you want to let me know what your favorite James Wan movie is, you go ahead. I don't answer comments much, and I'm really sorry about that. I read every single one, and I will heart every single one because I love every single one. But I am like a social anxiety monster. So I'm like, oh, no conversation. No. I'm gonna try and do better. I'm terrified of getting into conversations with people online. It's a whole big thing. But just know, I do read every comment, and I appreciate every comment. And also, thank you so much, Mr. Bones, for doing a little video and a little shout out for me. I actually found a creator from that video. I watch these videos. Every time someone does a shout out video, I'll watch them because I want to find different creators. And it's just so surreal sometimes when my face pops up there. It's like, oh yeah, I do make videos. That is me. But I already follow Cheetah. Have Cheetah will view. But Jennifer, I was not following, and she's adorable, so I'm very thankful for finding that channel. Anyway, I'm gonna stop blathering. See, running on. Here I go. And I will be back in the next video, which is going to be a Freak Show's Forgotten Films, which I'm going to record right now. Okay? So I'll see you in that video.